Oh. Well, it casts as nice as I remember. Oh yeah, that. I've stepped into this when it was like single digits and snowing. Yeah, you go right up over your waders instantly. This is deeper than it looks too. I don't know. Yeah, we can probably get through here. It's fine. God, it's so cold, man. I'm up to my phone. Ah. Whoo. Man. It's not getting any shallower out of here. Oh. God, I wish I could get over there, because being on top of that wall gives you access to like this whole big deep section. Well, if we can get through here, it's really good right over there. You can bushwhack if you want. I'm good on that. It's not near as cold up here. It's not as cold right here either. Hello. You know what sucks is that looks like it's a foot deep, but it's probably like 2 at least. Oh yeah, this is too deep.
All right.
Yeah, it is. I am numb.
Right now,
I am numb from the waist down.
I'm telling you. My legs are burning.
Yeah. Ooh, there we go.
No, full.
Yeah, there's some. No, it's brown. Yeah. Not a big one. Oh. I always have pretty good luck with browns through here. It drops off and it's pretty deep. And they do really good on jerkbaits usually through here. I don't know. I got nowhere to set this damn rod. Yeah, it came out. Nice. Yeah, got that one on one of the limited edition Great Hunting 95s. On the Ambassador. Sorry, I don't have anywhere dry to set this, so I gotta kind of fiddle. Yeah, that's a nice one. Not big, but it's super healthy. That's a fat little brown.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty.
It's a nice one.
A couple years old.
He's just gonna hide out in the weeds. The website was showing no generation, and they are 100% generating. Like this is a lot of moving water. I know what I really like throwing out here when it's deep like this are those that gold, that heavier gold betta-fry. I bet I'll get a brown on one of those. Those do really well when they're moving water and it's deep. Can't even put the rod between my legs, it's so deep everywhere. That guy right there. That one right there. That one usually does pretty good. Because it's heavy, it'll sink down, and it has a slow action like a spoon. It's got a wide flutter. Especially the big ones, they flutter even slower. No hits or anything on that. I'll switch out to something a little bit bigger. He hit that 95 real well. That was like my third cast out here. So I'll switch to something big. I'm just gonna try some different stuff pretty quickly and see if I can narrow down what they're going for right now. Since they hit the 95 and not the butterfly, I will assume they want something a little more. Well, you know, I don't know if they want something bigger or something slow and suspending. I would guess slow and suspending, but see, I'll go the complete other extreme to one of the bigger things I throw with this setup, which is this Great Hunting 120. This is fun because when trout hit this, like, they weren't just nipping, like they usually T-bone this thing on the middle hook, and it's a wild bite, even on one that's not that big, when they're attacking a fish that's half their size. Ooh, there we go. Got that one on the 120. Biggest lure I've got.
Maybe you need to let me borrow one 120.
Smaller. This one is smaller. Really? Yeah. Look at that lure.
It's almost as big as a fish.
That's crazy. These trout are so mean. Yeah, it's brown. A little smaller than that other one. That's on. He's off. Nice. Yeah, look at the size. Yeah, this is a nice spot. It's just a little overachiever back. Yeah, it's a big bait, but they smoke it. Look at that thing. Yeah. I've definitely caught like rainbows on this that were not like a whole lot longer. I like the action on this one better than the 110. I don't know why. I'm just more comfortable with this one than the 110. It's longer, but it's skinnier, and I kind of wonder if the fish gets an impression of a smaller. I don't know. That being said, when I was switching back and forth from a 110 to this, I couldn't tell much difference in the bite. Try that other limited edition 95. See, we're doing the thing. I like both of the limited edition 95s they offered in that mystery box. I think it was last year. It's a really cool pattern. So it's like a world-class trout fishery. Like, that's what it's famous for. Like, people come here from all over the world to trout fish, and you have absolute jackasses in a tri-tune just running up and down. Like, what the hell are you even doing out here? You can't even swim. It's like 50 degrees. Complete morons. No, because you have to have a shitload of power to run this when they generate. There's just like an understanding that you don't run a tri-tune up and down it while people are fishing. I mean, I guess nobody's really fishing today, but still. Just the amount of not being aware of anything that it takes to run a giant tune through this. Because like, even if it wasn't like a trout destination where it's extremely rude to like do stuff like that, there's spots in here that even right now are like a few inches deep. And like, they don't know, like they didn't know that was a tree right there. Oh yeah, they probably came up from the lake. But whatever, we're talking about them. I'm sure they're doing it for attention. So they got exactly what they wanted. Oh, look, they're just going to drift right back through, giggling and laughing as loudly as possible. Just know that, you know, it's not illegal to do this, but if you are, in fact, doing stuff like this, and you run across a lot of fishermen, and those fishermen all get mad at you, just remember, you are actually the problem. Now, with that being said, believe it or not, they are actually people, and you really shouldn't throw rocks at them. But if somebody else were to do that, don't do that, because that would be mean. But if you do, well, anyway, what a lovely interruption. I hope I never see those people again. Back to fishing. Ooh, they're jumping. Come on, I want one of those big browns on this. This is such a good lure. This is that 95, and it's the limited color that, it's an odd limited color. It's, what is it? It's maybe an Iwana? Bo just fell in. It's like a, I think that's an Iwana. I'm not sure. It does kind of, I mean, for all these lures, you have to suspend reality a little bit, but it does look a lot like a very, very small brook trout. And there are brook trout in here, but they're super, super rare. And like, what a delicacy for these big browns. You'd think they'd see that and be like, wow, I haven't had one of those in a long time. I'm gonna eat it immediately. Which the first one did. The first one was on this one. I like the other limited color a lot too, but I'm weird about color patterns. Like for a rainbow trout lure, I don't necessarily want it to look like a rainbow trout. I want it to look like a baby rainbow trout. I don't necessarily want it to have those colors. I want it to have like the par marks and stuff. So I would rather use something that's a silverier color, a little more natural looking, over like that. The other one looks super cool. It's painted just like a rainbow. But when have you ever seen a 4-inch rainbow that is colored and patterned like an adult? They don't exist, because they're silvery and they have par marks and they just look different. So I tend to gravitate more towards lures that look like what the actual like fry would look like. And although this one has spots, it's a lot more, I guess, subtle than the other, and it could possibly be mistaken for a small brook trout. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna switch out. So I'm gonna go small again, and I'm gonna go to the smallest thing that this setup can cast. And I really don't enjoy casting it that much because it is the lower limit, and But when you're out here and you're making big casts, you can kind of get away with that because you're not having to control it as much. So we'll go for that. Ooh, I've also got this X80 I could try. That thing has a really cool action too. It's a saltwater one, but the pattern is still a good pattern for browns. See, something like that. That's a really good imitation for a baby rainbow. Got some kayakers coming through. They are loud, and from the sounds of it, missing quite a few teeth. So, probably have to stop for a second and let them come hollering through. God, if they fell in this water right now, they would die. I wonder if they know that. I see kayakers here all the time, and I don't know if they realize like how cold this water actually is. Like I'm standing in it. I can't say anything, but like the first 10-15 minutes you're in here, it is some pretty intense. It's like actual physical pain. Like you would go, if you're not like used to cold water and like in decent shape, you fall in water like this, you're gonna go into shock. Like your body's gonna go, it's gonna be instant shock, and you may not be able to get out of it. I don't think people realize that. But I mean, luckily it's fairly shallow in most spots. Not today though. Today's not the day if you're not confident with stuff like this. I mean, right here in front of me, it's like 12 feet. It's high, and they're moving water. Like, you're not gonna swim past this. I got up to my chest earlier, and it was pushing hard. I like these. This is that Ryuki Spearhead. I think it's a 70. They're not big. Like, I could cast this one on my other side. It's just like a little bit heavy for that other setup. I've casted them before. It's fine. And it's a little bit too light for this setup. This is why sometimes a spinning setup is really good, because you can throw quite a bit lighter than you should on a spinning setup. So a good medium spinning rod and a 2500 reel, you could cast everything that I normally throw on BFS gear, and a lot of this kind of stuff, even up to like that 95, you could throw. I've got a medium rod with the 2500 that I was running like a 20-pound braid on. I was casting that 120 on, and it no problem for it at all. It handled it awesome. Surprised this thing ain't gotten smacked. This one usually does really good. Spearhead Ryuki is actually what I caught, not my biggest trout, but my heaviest and best fighting trout. This is a 70. I was throwing a 45 when I caught a really good female brown one day on a little bitty lure. And it was the biggest one I've caught out here, for sure. I've caught bigger at Cotter, but nothing fought as hard as this female. I mean, I thought the white bass were running at the time, and I was just telling my buddy the story on the way out. I thought it was a striper. It was just crazy. God, I need to warm up a little bit. My legs are moving slow. I can't lift my foot very fast. Oh, it's nice to get out of the water for a little bit. Your legs start, that's as fast as I can do that. Your legs get really slow after a while. I swear it's good for you though. Cold water is good for you. The dumbest thing I've done all day is when I first got too deep earlier, I forgot I was carrying, and I didn't put my gun in my bag, and it went all the way under. I just left it. I haven't put it in my bag because now I don't want it to dry out. If you ever carry while you're waiting, you you learn how fast, you figure out guns rust a lot faster than you think they do. Like, if you dunk one and let it dry out and you fish for the rest of the afternoon, you will not be able to cycle it when you get done. They rust up so quick. And it's just like surface rust that just flashes on them real fast, but it's but it does it enough that that gun is useless. You can't use it at all. So yeah, I'll have to strip this thing and clean every single part, because it'll probably all have surface rust on it when I get back. So yeah, don't do that. This is about as high as I've ever seen it out here. It's higher than it was last time, and last time it was really high, and it might be at about that same level, but they're definitely moving water. The schedule said they weren't generating, but they are. Well, I didn't check. There's like 2 places you can check, and I checked one of them and it said there was no generation. I thought the generators were down, but who knows. Here, a crane. Herons are weird. If you've ever heard one, they're the weirdest sounding bird. They sound like if I showed you, if you've never seen a heron and never heard one, and I showed you a picture of one, and I was like, what do you think this thing would sound like if you strangled it? And that's what they sound like. Oh, we're finally out of the, finally done with the deep stuff. He's swimming upstream. I'm like walking faster than they're swimming. They're just barely moving. Poor guys. Yeah, they're moving a lot of water. I wish you could feel the force of this water right now. I'm sure you can see how fast everything's moving. It's not just the surface. Like, it's pushing on your legs that hard too.